Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. If you're here with me in the Discord or in the YouTube chat, go ahead, say what's up. Also, if you're in Kick, say hello. Who's here? Good morning. Oh, we finally got the leaderboard thing on YouTube. We're trying to catch up to Kick now. Oh my goodness. Give me a second. I gotta open up the X chat, even though very few people chat in on X. Let's see here. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, there we are. What's up? We have Richard Harris, Frank, TJP, Ethan, Tix, Paul, you, Gio, Chris, Jose, Randy, Harshit, Lou, Curse Trader, Otter, Alexandre, Catherine Hall, Morty, Shelly Trays, Wilbert, Kirk Sawyer, Hadi, Otter. Good morning, Trade for Pips. Good morning. Zed Scalper, Curse Trader, Quick Shot, James Albert, 252, Joey J. Swale. What's up, Buck of Luck? We have over on Kick, Rusicus, Justin, Brian, Mitch, Airmark, Ali, Navy Guy, Iron, Coco, Mr. Yips, More Envy, A. Coughlin, Tiger, Gringo El Diablo, Tomoki, Misho Khan, Allergic Rabbit, Tito, Pocket Aces, CK, R. Dutton, X Blue, good morning. What's happening? Savage National Hockey Shane, J. Proud, Skunk, Dave, TWSW Rush, More Envy, Triple C, Mike, Spastric, How to be tight. Good morning there. Rap, Crispy Man, Kelvin, Tattoo, NQ, Cash, Real Crypto Don, Sarek, Reclaw, Chad, good morning. Sander, HD, Mamba Tito, M. Jason, Ribs Mod 69, Giggity, Poppy Trades, the real Ribs Mod, there you are, hello. Good to see you. Matt Forth, Go Hard, Greg, Travis in the air, Rowcott, Missile Host, Green Panda, Orby, Nolerman, Sat Matt. Oh my goodness, there's so many people here. Good Lord. Haas Nuts, Big King, Billy Joe, Dead Cat Bounce, George Marco Trap, Jay Cryptic, Vexo, Gab. Oh my god, everybody's here. Hello. What's happening? Wow, look at Bookmap. I can't even fit all of that. Did anybody catch any of that juice last night? I caught a little snack in my Percy. I caught a little baby. Just a little baby snack. A little tiny one. I wasn't at my terminal when that NVIDIA news. Well, I already spoiled it. Anybody know why that happened? Okay, I gotta see this top fans thing on YouTube. Richard Harris is currently number 1 with 75 XP. How about that? The leaked CPI. No, that wasn't it. People were getting clapped though. It's annoying because AMP only allowed me to put on 15 contracts, and I really wanted to go for more. They didn't let me though, because they put on the margins pre-CPI. Am I not on Kick right now? What are you talking about? Of course I'm on Kick. I'm live on Kick at this very moment. What are you talking about? How do you not see? You don't see me live? How's that even possible? Bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bing, bing. Okay, there it is. I don't know. That's crazy. I see me. I look pretty live. Your inbox is filled with Ripsmod Live. That's crazy, Bird. Ripsmod is currently ranked number 2. Oh my gosh, the battle for the number 1 spot right now is crazy. I don't even know how you get XP on this stuff. It's crazy. CPI gonna move the market today? I mean, if that NVIDIA news can move the market that much, I mean, it is very good news about NVIDIA. If you are a Leaps holder in Nvidia, you slept very well last night. Let's just put it that way. Let's hope that CPI doesn't send it back down, but we'll see. Hadi says CPI buy or sell. I'm gonna buy. I'm kidding. How should I know? If I knew that, I wouldn't even be here right now. I would literally be the king of the world. You can't know that stuff unless you're an insider. More Rips, what's that big green level you have on your chart? Oh, that's the magical line. That's one we used yesterday. 22,060 and a quarter. You remember how we drew that thing? You look left. See? Prior resistance. Right there. That was back on Wednesday. July 9th. There you go. You got 2,500. You made more than I did, dude. You crushed me. I did not make that much. I made, where's my amp? I made 2270. Yesterday I made 3,800, so 2270. I was up 6,000 if you combine the two numbers. But yeah, nothing special. It was just a little scalp. Nothing special. I could only take 15 contracts, and that was kind of disturbing. I didn't take it on the way back down. I just wanted to get a quick little scalp. So we're up to 271 there. I know the number's very close now. I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx myself because then I'm going to force myself to make $20,000 a day or $19,000. Pretty stupid. Anyway, there we are. That's it. The more you comment, the more XP you get. Very interesting. Good to know. How do you go? You were wrong. CPI will be selling. Well, I think your sarcasm meter is slightly off there, Hadi. No, but I'm only buying on CPI. I would never sell. Especially if it goes down. I would never be selling. I can't believe you. This must be your first day trading ever. Typically, we have a buyer rotation ever make a new low from the bot break. Is bot break of trend line? Is that what that bot means? I don't know. I have no idea. Dude, I caught the trade of my life on an XFA, jumped on MMQ on the pullback at 23.60. Dude, you got the magic level pullback. Look at this. You were trading the magic levels, dude. So you caught the pullback all the way there. Oh, man. Yeah, I was asleep, dude. I was sleeping like a baby. Biggest week I've had in the summer for probably 15 years, and a huge amount came from a 60-minute Asia session. Stranger, weird. I don't think I mean, if it wasn't for that day where I made 100K, it's been pretty slow for me in the last month or two. Well, last month, I guess. Yeah, June was cool, I guess. It wasn't as good. I think my best month was March or April. I don't know. Whatever it was. You know? You were out walking the dogs and came back and I was like, WTF. Yeah, the thing is you can play the afterglow. I was very happy with the points that I got. You know, first pullback, cracked it open. Problem was, is like I'm sitting there, I'm like, why only 15 contracts? I wanted to go like 50. That kind of momentum is just like my dream setup. And we were breaking over the previous week high. That was basically my entry, was the previous week high. Pull back and then break a previous week high is like the dream. Let's just say I took like 50 contracts. I think I would have made 20K. Whatever. What are you gonna do? 15 contracts, whatever. I guess that's what people were talking about with the amp. You know, because the reason why they limited the amount of contracts I could take is because CPI today. That's why. We got out of the shower and the account was up massively. That's awesome. That's always a good thing. That's always a good thing when you can make it rain like that. A beautiful, beautiful thing. Bro, I always hear NQs. Do you ever play metals? Not really, no. I'll play S&Ps. I don't think I'll ever trade anything on stream that's either going to be like index futures. Maybe gold, but no, it's not my thing. Always a good thing when one manages to drag themselves into a shower and clean up. Audie says, Rips, who are you? I'm him. My full name is Himothy Duncan. Always a good thing when one manages to drag... Yep, already read that. Good show yesterday on Well 365. I like the walkthrough on your trade. Thank you for watching that. If you did, tried to be helpful. 55 minutes is not a long time for me, so I was like trying to fit in as much information as I possibly could. I'm trying to answer a few questions too. What's up, Shima? Totally missed that rip during Asian session. I was just loosely watching it. Yeah, I mean, you got opportunities both ways, right? If you miss the rip, then you could take the afterglow. I didn't think it would dip all the way back down there, especially like when there's a lot of people trying to buy this first initial dip, and then they just got their cheeks clapped here, and then they probably got back in there. There was that previous week high retest, but again, it's very slow during London. You can see the trajectory of this launch versus this one. Still very, very strong, but this one was significantly stronger. Do you have any friends who play DAX and are from EU? The only person I can think of that I know off rip that plays DAX would be Deanna from Top Step. And I haven't really spoken with her in a long time. But yeah, I just, NQ is my speed. I like playing NQ. Gets me my points, makes me my money. Long-term portfolio, play leaps. That's pretty much it. Keep things simple, you know? Don't have to overcomplicate things. You do what's working. Like when I traded equities, it's a completely different playbook where you're waking up every single morning. If you're playing small cap equities, you're waking up every single morning and you're looking at like, you know, press releases overnight, what's moving, what sectors are hot. If you're playing like large cap equities, like you're focusing on a basket of them and paying attention, like, you know, that NVIDIA news, I'd be paying attention to a lot of AI stocks and seeing if there's any kind of contagion in the sector. It's a completely different playbook. The one thing I love about futures is that when you're trading futures, it's a very specific, you're looking at one or two instruments and you're learning how they move. It's significantly less stressful in the sense that you don't have to focus on a lot of different things. That's what I love about futures. It's very nice. Quite nice. All right, chat, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. You know, we got CPI dropping at about 12 minutes now. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hold on. I want to leave you with Bookmap, I think. Yeah, that's what I want to leave you. Be right back. All right. We are back. There we are. So, Canadian CPI and regular US CPI is coming out soon here. I don't know what I want to trade on this. I don't want to trade the Percy. I don't want to have a bad mood today. I want to not trade the Percy for CPI, but let's see who's news friendly here. We got take profit evals. I have 3 that are passed, but I haven't activated them yet. And then I have my Tradeify accounts that have $2,600 worth of drawdown. Probably my Tradeify accounts. I also have some new accounts that I'm going to talk about after I trade my Tradeify accounts, if I trade them on the print here. I'd be looking for a bit of an afterglow. I need to change that from 15 contracts to 5. There we go. Okay, we are suited and booted on those. What's the fastest way to get news worth paying for Bloomberg? I mean, it depends on what your level of trading is. You shouldn't be spending 5 figures a year on a Bloomberg terminal if you're not making 6 figures a year. At least, you know? You know what I mean? See what I'm saying? Take profit trader, can you trade news on this? Well, they're evals. I don't know. I feel like on evals, you can do anything you want. I don't think with take profit trader, you're allowed to trade news until like 1 minute after or something like that. Or is that a different firm? It's hard for me to keep track of all these rules. That's why I have you chat. That's why I expect nothing but the best from you. Evals you can, funded you can. Okay. Bloomberg terminal is the best, but definitely not worth the price if you're aren't going into it with the idea of building quant out. Disagree. Everybody's different, right? If you make $25,000 on a single trade using Bloomberg out of the year, you're net positive on it. I could argue that you could use it. What's up, BCOG? If Pro or Pro Plus, you cannot trade 1 minute before or after. Okay, good to know. Yes, Tradeify allows you to trade on the news. These are straight to funded accounts. So yes, you can trade the news itself. 100%. You can absolutely trade the news. Hundo peasy. So we have 6 minutes now until the news comes out. 6 more minutes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, this week, it's going to be interesting. Because this is really like the most important news of the entire week. And then we have pretty much, I mean, Thursday, I guess is going to be all right. I don't know. Jobless claims, I guess. I don't know. Michigan sentiment, maybe on Friday. I just don't think Friday's going to be all that spicy. I really don't. Hey, Rips, yesterday you said it's not going to be possible to be profitable when having negative risk reward, although there's room for dynamics when in a trade. Don't you think negative RR with high win rate is good too? Sure. I mean, you can make anything work. I'm just talking about the way I trade. You know? I would prefer to have a strategy with a high, like a good risk reward, you know? I would like to. Trading's not a perfect science, you know? I think the more dynamic you are and malleable with your strategy, the better off you're going to do. And system traders, I feel like just market evolves too much. Mr. Ribs, going back on your trading life, what's the best thing you learned? Good question. Patience. Patience. Best quality of being a good trader is having patience. System traders typically have multiple different algos for different seasonalities. Yeah, but most of them on Twitter do not. Talking about independent retail traders. Time frame, 5 minutes. This is a 1 minute chart up on the screen, just so we can see what's happening. Typically execute on the 5 minute. Stock trades on the 15 and the 4 hour. Used to roll my eyes when people said that older I get, more patience matters than anything. 100%. To be a good trader, you have to be patient. It really is the key to being a good trader. Oh, thank you. Do I still have it saying TPT is 30% off? Thank you. I wonder if I can change that right now, actually. Is it still 30% off on Tradeify? That's correct, right? Marco says, good morning, Rips. Had a great time yesterday on Kick. Watch you play on Thunderpick. Well, good news for you is I'm going to be playing today. After we finish trading, jumping right into Thunderpick, seeing if we can run it up. We're doing so good so far. Just want to keep running it up. We crushed it. Dude, that Snoop Dogg was like insane. I can't believe that actually existed. I can't believe that. CPI so close to the highs, I feel like we're calming down. I agree. We could be coming down. I don't know. Who knows? Let's just trade it. Let's see what happens and trade it. We get a good opportunity. We get a good opportunity. If we can break it. I mean, you understand, like CPI could easily just go, like just launch. I've seen so many crazy things happen off of newsprints. Like there's nothing stopping it. You know what I mean? Like market's going to do what the market's going to do. As much as you don't want it to do something, like we could drop all the way down here if it's like extremely bad. You know what I mean? Like anything can happen. Literally anything. Best skill that you could have outside of patience would be opening your mind to expecting the unexpected. You ever go against Phil Ivey heads up? Like an actual heads up match, just him and I alone? I played against him. But I haven't played like a singular heads up match against him, if that's what you're asking. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking. Like a 1v1? Only 1v1? I've been in a heads up situation with him. There's me and Phil. Right there. There's your boy playing against Phil Ivey. This is a cash game. Yeah, it's on my Instagram. I saw Phil Ivey at whatever that was, SneakerCon that we were just at. His manager came up to me and she remembered me from this. She's like, hey, you want to get Phil on your vlog? And I was like, yeah, it's live stream. She's like, oh, he wants to be on? I was like, whatever. Yeah, there you go. Beat him. Smoked him with nothing. Well, I think, yeah, I had a pair. He had an open-ended straight draw. He should have been all over that. Come on, Phil. What are you doing? All right, CPI in 30 seconds. Good luck, everybody. 30 seconds. Order book is cleared out. Good luck. Good luck. Don't blow those accounts. Be careful. There we go. Good luck, everybody. Oh my God, there it goes. And there it goes back down. You see my trade that I took? All right, so it's coming out with lower than expected. Higher than expected year over year. Month over month in line. Boy, it's thin. Look at this. Wait, where's Hadi? Hadi says, you're wrong. CPI will be selling. If you stand on your head, CPI is definitely selling, Hadi. You nailed that trade. Good job, buddy. Nice one. And that's why we don't predict what's going to happen before it happens. You trade the market that's presenting to you, my friend. Rips, what's it like being the richest man in the world? I don't know. How should I know that? I'm not him. 23,200s are trading. S&Ps are still ripping up through 6340 here. Equities are just kind of chill. Like Nvidia's not going crazy. I don't know. I mean, it's okay, but it's not anything really special. Dow is still red. Well, let's see what happens here. I wonder if we're gonna hold a high of 23,200. Starting to come back down to earth here. Equities are barely moving. Amazon's pulling back a little bit. Nvidia's still underneath the VWAP, which is extended now. You're long from 63.26, closed just before CPI. Oh my gosh. You missed some puntos, my friend. I wonder if they're going to reclaim that 23,200. I kind of just want to wait for the afterglow, to be honest. I just feel like, I don't know if it's going to wash around here. Part of me kind of wants to take it short. I'd like to see a clear second rejection of 23,200. I'd love to see that. That'd be nice. Equities holding up here is kind of keeping me from just barreling into a short. S&Ps have pulled back below 63.40. I mean, it's looking for buyers, that's for sure. It's probing down lower, looking for buyers, and we're not like finding any crazy buyers. We're just running that previous 4-hour high. Tesla's still holding a push. I don't know. I just wanted to tell you, thank you, keeping my mind grounded, help me think, help me a lot with mental game of trading, and know you explained in depth. And lastly, the poker mindset analogy helps a lot. Hard way to make an easy living, although not possible. Right on. Thank you, buddy. TPT allow you to trade on CPI data release. Yeah, after a minute, so you're clear to go. You're perfectly good to go. 3 minutes ago, you're fine. Or 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago. They're talking about Powell's successor again, Bessent and Trump. So I feel like Powell is already in the rearview mirror at this point. I mean, this is just I'd love to trade this, but it's just not. Just doesn't feel like it's the smart thing to do. You know? Just feels like being patient is better. I feel like maybe the top of the hour will give us better, or, you know, sometimes this happens where it's like the first 5 minutes is just kind of a wash, and then we finally get some bigger players stepping in here. So 23,200 is the level to watch. If we come up to that level and we reject super hard, I think it's a good short. If we come up to that level, sweep liquidity and hold, maybe we can look for longs, although it's kind of extended. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I don't think either option is like tremendously good. You know what I mean? Great thing about being a trader is you can pick and choose your battles. If this was giving us a much more clear indication that was going to like come up to 23,200, reject like super hard, that's an easy short. Not easy, but you see what I'm saying. Come up to 23,200, kind of holds, meanders around there, makes it a little bit more difficult. You know what I mean? A lot of times we'll watch on the first minute, so I always wait for the afterglow. It's smart. Waiting for the afterglow is great because you're proving to yourself that you have patience. So 200 to 208, great short. Yeah, maybe. But again, like if we get up to that level, let's say we go up, we reject 208s, come back to 200, it's kind of waffling around, peaks under 200, and then goes right back up, you know, then. So I'm saying it's like, it's not definitively either way for me. I'm sure there's some people screaming at their screen right now, like, Rips, it's such an easy long from here, or it's such an easy short from here. I think it's just such an easy sit on your hands and wait from here. Piper Jane says, I made 52,000. Should I try to lose some money for consistency reasons? Which firm are you trading with, Piper Jane? Nice work there, Jose. Let's go. Nice work. Powell does seem kind of like a TDS chump who let his emotions about Trump dictate his Fed decision. I mean, it's just the way that Powell is. If you've been watching Powell over the years, it's just the way that he is. I don't know if it's TDS, to be honest. I just think that he has his plan, he has his ideologies, and he sticks to them. You know, he's just a stickler kind of guy. I don't know if it's TDS. He's just sort of a stickler. Elite trading. I don't know any of the rules, and I've never heard of them before, so I can't help you on that one, Piper Jane. I mean, honestly, like the way that you should be framing yourself when you're looking for trades is like, I might lose a couple people with this one, but like if you're focusing on, if you were worth $10 million and you had $10 million cash in the bank and $50 million of real estate, would you be taking the trade that you're about to take? And that's the difference between the patient and confident trader and the desperate trader who needs this next trade to work. Do you see what I'm saying? Most of the people who are that, I need this next trade to work, please. Those are the people who are losing often because it's a desperate mindset. Versus if you're sitting there and you're like, I can trade whenever I want, how I want, and I'm going to wait for a setup that proves to me that it's a good setup. That's usually the person who's going to do well. You see what I'm saying? If you're thinking about it from that mindset, I feel like you're going to do much better off. Still, you know, I just not fancying this either way right now. It does look a little soft, but there's nothing, like you have to understand, even though this does look extremely soft as it is coming down, all it takes is one set of buyers to just get in and be like, all right, that's a good value price, and then just start scooting this thing back up. It's not giving me that type of movement that's making me confident in either side of it right now. Think a walk down and burst. Yeah, I can see that. I see a lot of people piling into this thing short, and then that's enough moon fuel to do a revisit up to 23,200, and all of a sudden it just goes crazy, right? So we're at the topping end of the volume shelf here. You can see we almost pulled back exactly to the point of control here. We're topping end of that area. If it does break below that, we do have some missed liquidity, sort of. I mean, you can call that fair value gap, single prints on the TPO, but there's an area of price that is yet to be kind of probed for value to see if there are interested buyers there. And that's sort of what price wants to do. This is why market profile is so nice. Like this area of price has not significantly been probed versus what we've been doing up here. So if the auction can't find any buyers as we are coming down, what it's going to do is it's going to look for value in this price. And if there's people that say, you know what, that CPI print for future, for the basket of stocks that make up the NQ and the S&P, it's not good for them, then we would probably enter into this zone here, find a lack of buyers, and continue lower. So that's why I say, like, you know, volume shelves. You can see right here, there's a clear definitive volume shelf where we have less volume here, more volume traded here. Right, you see that? We pull back, we're going to see a bit of a different story here. Watch the volume profile refresh. We have a bigger area here and less volume probed here. Especially with all of this liquidity right here, you would expect that if we start to break below that previous 4-hour low, we could generally call the market somewhat weak. But right now we're playing around two different zones. This volume shelf, and then this area. So zone 1, zone 2. That's how my mind kind of frames this stuff. That's what I'm looking at. That's what makes sense to me. Your mileage may vary, but this is how I've found success in trading. The market is actively auctioning for interest. That's why we're going down lower right now. If there's no interest up here, we're going to be searching for buyers where people are saying that's a good bottom line price. That makes sense. My fault was always having a hair trigger on stop to break even. Died by 1,000 paper cuts once I got comfortable with the idea. Oh, missing that one. with the idea of drawdown is healthy if it is good setup. I started taking my time to let the play breathe, and I started winning consistently. That's great. Yeah, we are just slowly probing lower here. Same thing with the S&Ps, 40s down to 30s now. Equities, kind of a mixed picture here. Meta has pulled back. Tesla has pulled back. It looked like it was building up some momentum there. Everything's just kind of settling. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting open. Had a feeling I should have held the short, but I valued the payout. There you go. Took a quick 2K on that afterglow slow-mo melt. There you go. Nice work there, Tori. Always trade your plan. Always, always, always trade your plan. Don't listen to what some knucklehead on YouTube is saying. Trade your plan. Trade what works for you. Trade how your mind is perceiving the market if it's successful. Beautiful thing about the market is it's active participation amongst a ton of different participants that all have organic ideologies that move the market in certain different ways. Now, as prop traders, you don't really move the market, but your ideologies are going to match people who are moving the market. You see, we're talking about this exact situation here is that as we are probing for price, we will find an area where the market does perceive this as a valuable price, and we will see buyers eventually step in. Will they hold the buy here past the previous 4-hour high, TBD? But the more that you watch these types of patterns, the more that your mind can wrap around the expectations of what the market can do in a certain move like this. And that's why, like, I haven't even taken a single trade today, but there's value in sitting here, perceiving, adapting to what's happening, having a plan, making expectations and predictions about if the market's going to do this, what would my reaction be? It's okay to have a whole session where you just sit here and you just watch and you're actively getting better at your perception of way things move after a CPI print, before CPI print. Was there any clues? All of this is important in improving your own trading. There's value in sitting on your hands and simply watching the tape and seeing what's reacting here and how the market is moving. Tori Wells says, followed exactly what happened the last few CPI releases, no follow through. See, and that's pattern recognition right there. That's watching this, being patient. Tori Wells is the one who took they took a quick 2K on the afterglow slow-mo melt. That's from experience of watching prior CPI prints and saying, you know what? My pattern recognition bells are going off here in this trade. I've seen something similar. Let's try to nail this, right? So right now we did push up to 180. We were looking for more buyers up there. We didn't find any. We're exhausting again. So we might probe lower than the low that we put in towards 160 here, which is right around where the point of control is for this area of trade. It's about the last 6 hours there that the market was moving around in that area. Nice work there, SW. Morning, Tommy. How are you? So let's see if those same buyers show up here at 160 or if they're exhausted liquidity now. You're also going to have trapped buyers in a move like that. You can see above my head on Bookmap. On that first initial bounce, you will have some level of trapped buyers in that, and they will try to defend and probably have a stop loss below that temporary low that was put in there. And that can add fuel to the downside. Not seeing any significant dips in equities right now, just pullbacks in those initial pops, but not seeing any aggressive sellers in equities right now. I do not use filter settings on time and sales, believe it or not. I think that that is a good way to miss a lot of MGI, a lot of market generated information. Sir Francis says, don't really watch streamers, but you're a legend, Ribs. Thanks, man. That's nice of you. On a 25K heater in 10 days on top. So let's go, baby. That's beautiful. Beautiful. VIX is at 16 spot 72. Bears have no teeth right now. Yeah, I mean, you get the market that you're given, and then you got to trade around it. And if there's no trades for your style of trading, you just let it be. No big deal, right? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of ever using filter settings on time and sales. I've tried it in the past. I found that I prefer observing the heartbeat of the market in its natural state. If I filter out 1s and 2s, I'm missing algorithms that are doing 1s and 2s sprays. Matt says, $700 away from passing my first 50K combine. If setups are right today, will be the day. Nice. Just take it slow and don't force yourself. If you try to force that last little bit, you can run into a little bit of trouble there. They do spray the 1s and 2s. It's by design. That's how it works. I think I remember saying you use the 5 and 15 for trading. That is correct. Almost all the time. There will be times when I'm executing on a 1 minute, sure. What about showing time and sales by combine into exchange reported original summary? I've never heard of that. If we're trading the NQ, there's one exchange. Great job with the Wealth Summit yesterday, man. Thanks for bringing levels to their charts. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know if it was only me. I'm sure that there were other traders out there that were asking for that. But yeah, I mean, if I had anything to do with them bringing that to wealth charts, I'm definitely happy to take credit for it. I don't know if it was me or if there were other traders, but I know that they were very excited to bring that indicator out, and it's wonderful. So the same levels that you're seeing on my chart here that we get from every single day we get from Spaceman BTC on TradingView, those are now available on Wealth Charts for free. If you have a Wealth Charts Apex account, get those same levels on your chart that you're trading off of there. S Knight says, I failed multiple evals when I'm within 200 passing, don't force it. Yeah, it's a very common story. It's just the way our minds work. We just want to have that pain avoidance mechanism and just get it done. I'm so sick of not being done. I want to get it done. Here we are again, potentially retesting 180s, by the way. This choppiness is not that great. I'll stay away from this. Does Apex straight sim funded accounts? No, but Tradeify does. And I think there's a couple different other firms that have them. How do you use order flow to make a decision? I mean, I talk about it almost every single trade, if not all of them. Every single trade I talk about the order flow that I'm reading. Dang, Rozzy's here. You're up early, Rozzy. My goodness. What are you doing up this? What are you doing up this early? You should be asleep. Is there a code for Wealth Charts? It's on Apex. Code RIPS. Code RIPS, baby. The volume indicator, it's not a volume indicator, it's a levels indicator, and it's called Wealth Charts Levels. Damn, I just came back, had lunch, and my TPT 50K eval in minus 1700. Seems I left a few micros from previous trades and price picked. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Always make sure that before you're going to leave your desk or leave your terminal that you're always clicking cancel all. Make sure you don't have any resting orders there. Johnny's here too. My goodness, everybody's here. Good morning, everybody. Combines all contracts in an order into a single line in time and sales, even if it's filled by a bunch of separate. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I like seeing the heartbeat of the market. These rips and got 30% off on Apex. That you should get way more than that, dude. It's like 90% off, I think, right now. I don't know. I don't know if the 90% thing was a stickler thing or not sure. Is everything okay with the giveaway for your community? Dude, listen, I have literally 800 different prop firms that are trying to get me to promote their props right now, and I will get to you guys, and I appreciate you, but it's difficult to trade as many props as I have offers for right now, so I'm getting through them as I can. Where can I find that volume profile you have on your screen? This is a visible range volume profile. I will definitely be trying. I've heard good things about Phidias. I will definitely be trying the prop firm as time permits. There's only so many accounts I can trade, only so many hours in the day. It's only thing I can do is just come here every single day and trade the accounts that I can. Get trade sinker and go ham? Oh, dude, no. All these props have all different rules, so I can't do it. Need to see some Rozzy trades. I would love to see Rozzy doing some trades. It'd be great. Can't believe he's up this early. That is very rare. Extremely, extremely rare. You can copy trade all the props at once. You have to use Trade Syncer, but that's another one. Like all of these, that's another one I was supposed to be trying out. I just don't. There's not enough hours in the day, and there's not enough good trades in the day. That's the problem. Does Thunderpick have Lightning Roulette? I think so. They have everything, dude. And they're VPN friendly. You can use them anywhere in the world. They're great. Trade Syncer is incredible. Problem for me is like, how do you deal with firms that, I guess you could trade all the trailing drawdown firms in one basket and all the non-trailing drawdown firms in another basket. You know what I mean? How come everybody only has 75 XP, by the way, on this top fans thing? It's weird. Look at that. We did push all the way back up. This is what we're talking about. Is like, you know, there's some people who were shorting this move and then they just hold the short without closing it at all. And they're just stubborn and comes right back up. Oh, Alpine Trader's here. What's up, buddy? How are you? I didn't see you there. How are you today, my friend? Did you hear that they're bringing Uno to Vegas? Dude, it's crazy. I've received literally like 100 DMs about that. Everybody's cracked on Uno coming to Vegas. Obviously, we're going to live stream playing it. We're going to do an IRL stream of me and Rozzy playing that. There's no question. Not a question in my mind about if we're going to play. It's just going to be a matter of when. You'll have like 3 groups. Oh, okay. So yeah, there you go. Maybe I will try that then. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Just get your day started. Well, thanks for stopping by here. It's a good place to get your day started, I suppose. Looking heavy up here? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of orders that are looking to get filled prior to that 23,200. I'd like to see what happens at the top of the hour. I know I'm boring. I haven't taken any trades yet. I'm boring. What do you want from me? Will Phil Ivey go head to head with you in I don't know, man. I got a crazy edge in Uno. I wonder what the rules are going to be. I'm sure it's going to be terrible odds, kind of like Casino War. I was actually really excited when Casino War came to my local casino when I was younger. Really excited about it. And then I went and I played it and I was like, this is awful. The very first time I ever saw the Casino War thing, by the way, was in the movie Vegas Vacation. And it was put there as a joke. And then it actually became a real game, which is crazy. And they still have it at like every casino. Horrible odds, by the way. Can I get same order flow on well charts? The order flow that I'm looking at when I'm talking about order flow is I'm looking at, you can, if you have time and sales, you can see the order flow. The flow of orders hitting the market. All you need is time and sales, but by God, you better be a human computer to be able to figure it out from just the time and sales. I like to use Bookmap to assist me in my perception of the order flow. There's at Apex, any changes at Wealth yesterday? I enjoyed watching it. There's a lot of changes. A whole bunch. Who buys up there at all-time highs really wonders me. I mean, you have to understand, like, let me show you a chart of something. You do understand that the Dow, let me turn all this off. You do understand that the Dow was not always trading at 44,000. You do understand that the Dow used to trade, I can't go further back. It actually used to trade at like under 2,000 at one point. And to get above that level, all the way to where it's trading right now, believe it or not, people had to buy it at all-time highs. Can you believe that? I know, crazy story. Show you another chart here. It's called the stock. I don't know if you've heard of it before. It's called NVIDIA. You know, back when it was unsplit, people were buying it at all-time highs here, and 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 here. Yes, buying at all-time highs is quite normal. Quite normal indeed. What is this? There we go. Very normal. It's just part of the way that the markets work. Did I trade CPI? I did not. I have not taken a single trade, but I did trade the afterglow of the NVIDIA news last night. I made $2,000. Small little snack for the night. When boomers die, the world will have a massive transition of power to those who can think independently without the assistance of others / AI. Thank you for that insight. Just keep DCA into your long term. If it's high, you buy. If it's lower, you buy. You just keep buying. Exactly. Just don't stop. Never stop the buying. Literally, just don't ever stop. Time was that news? The NVIDIA news was right here at 21:38 o'clock. It was at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Did I hear 2K for Broccoli? You missed it. We're playing on Thunderpick now. Thunderpick is... We crushed it in Thunderpick. Rockets... We'll probably play Rockets after Thunderpick today. You missed it, buddy. We crushed it. Thunderpick, we were playing Baccarat with a live dealer. Blackjack with a live dealer. We were playing Snoop Dogg slots. We played Spin Man, which we crushed. You missed it, buddy. It was like the most epic stream I think we've ever had. Uno live stream will be dope. I think so too, yeah. I've never played Jet X. No, I'm sure it's a version of the Rockets, the Crash Rockets and all that. Will there be market opportunities today? Markets are open, so there's always opportunities depending on the way that you trade. There may not be opportunities for the way that you trade, and there may not be opportunities for the way that I trade, but there might be opportunities for somebody out there. Who knows? We'll have to find out. Look at that. We're still pushing up here. Making new all-time highs in the NASDAQ, but not in the S&Ps yet. Ron says, got another question. You could buy NQ directly, but also the stocks under it, like NVIDIA, Microsoft, and so on. How are those correlated? I mean, if you could buy NQ, how directly... If you could buy NQ directly, how can Tesla influence NQ? Because the NQ is essentially trying to weight itself based on the makeup of its components. So NASDAQ futures are trying to represent what the NDX is. The index is the top 100 tech stocks. Well, not all of them. I guess they're all tech, but the NASDAQ 100 is 100 of the top tech heavy companies. And NASDAQ futures are essentially trying to match the weight of the NDX, which is trying to match the weight of the basket of stocks that all have a certain percentage weight. That's what those algorithms are essentially trying to do. And it's a back and forth, tail wagging the dog, dog wagging the tail type of thing, where if there's a significant buyer in NVIDIA, that's going to influence what the price of the NDX is, thus influencing the price of the NQ. Also, if there's dramatic shifts in NQ futures, it's going to try to go back and rebalance, but it's less effective that way. It's more effective the other way versus backwards. Equities are more influential than futures in that sense. Tail wagging the dog, dog wagging the tail. There's Crash on Thunderpick. Yeah, I don't plan on playing it though, because that game gives me the worst anxiety. I'd rather just chill with Snoop Dogg and play some slots. You know what I mean? Am I using a native trade copy? Yes, that's what I use. 100%. That is exactly what I'm using. Yeah, that's the dealer that that's the movie where they had Casino War. Can you kill your YouTube stream so we can listen to good views? Everybody loves the kick stream, huh? Oh, what is this thing popping up? Oh, Trade Evade help. Okay, Trump is gonna do is that August 3rd? He's doing an AI thing. Anybody hear that? Trump is doing an AI thing. Can you copy trade on Trade Evade across multiple firms? No. One firm at a time. July 29th? Why did I hear August 3rd? President Trump is preparing to release AI action plan this month. Oh, this month. You're right. Okay. I don't know why I heard August 3rd. 29th. I heard August 3rd for something. I don't know what that was. Can anyone confirm if MFF does pay or not? I've never heard of them having any issues with payouts. I'm pretty sure they're like instant approvals or something like that. They had something coming out with that. Trump is coming out with his own cell phone and cell phone company. He needs to knock it off. Like Truth Social is, just get on Twitter, bro. Truth Social is so annoying. I have to have it on my phone for the Trump tweets, but it's annoying. It's an app I never check. I only have notifications on for Trump, and that's it. It's like just an annoying, like, so annoying. Don't need that. Just go on Twitter, bro. Come on. Do you like Apex more or Tradeify? As far as firms go, they all offer something different. So on Tradeify, straight to funded, I think they're one of the best straight to funded firms in my opinion, at least the ones that I've used. Apex allows you to get more leverage because you can trade 20 accounts at once. So there's a lot of different things that are completely different between the two, you know? Apex being able to trade 20 accounts at once is not something I can do on Tradeify, but also having straight to funded on Tradeify is not something I can do on Apex. So it's all about what you're looking for as a trader and what your budget is. Everything's different. Every single thing is completely different. If Elon builds a phone, nobody will ever catch him. I don't know, dude. I got the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and that thing is way better than my iPhone, but I still use my iPhone as my primary phone. It's crazy, like, how much better the S25 Ultra is than... It's like the screen is better, it feels better, it runs better, everything is better. I still use my iPhone as my daily driver. Bobby says, I just started watching you. Great content trading. Thank you. I kill stocks now, switching to futures. I've been learning a lot of the streams. Nice. Thank you for being here, man. Futures, again, going back to what I was saying earlier, futures are great because you don't have to focus on 20 different equities in a day, depending on what type of trader you are. When I trade small caps, you know, I could have a trade report at the end of the day that would be like 25 tickers. Some days are like that. Some days, like, dude, the worst is you trade like 20 tickers in a day and you have a red day. You're just like exhausted. And you're like green on like 40% of the tickers, red on 60%, or whatever the case. You could be green on 90% of the tickers and red on 10%, and you're so red on the 10% that you have a red day. Futures are great. Pay attention to one single instrument or a couple different instruments and you're just locked in. It's great. Yeah, I really do love the Samsung. I had no idea what I was missing. I use the Samsung for my IRL streams, but don't use it as my regular phone, but it's a great phone. Actually, like when we were out to lunch the other day, found myself being on the phone and like browsing on that phone and then not even realizing. I was like, oh snap, this isn't my phone that I'm using. Borrows are insane too. Yeah, dude, if you've never traded small caps before, it's a wild world out there. It's a totally different ball game. If you want to, you know how you short NQs, you just press the sell button. Also, large cap stocks, depending on who your broker is, for the most part, are easy to borrow, ETB stocks. So like on Tesla, you can just open short Tesla. Apple open shorted, Nvidia open shorted. But when you're trading small cap stocks, you actually have to pay fees to borrow shares if you're trying to go short. And you might have an idea to take something short, and then you do your borrows, and then by the end of the day, you don't even end up shorting the stock, and then you still have to pay the fee that you had to pay for borrowing the shares. And the worst thing is that if there's moving momentum in the market, let's say there's an offering on a stock that you weren't tracking, you go to borrow shares to short, there's no shares to borrow because everybody's already borrowed the majority of the shares in the float. Completely different ball game. Just me talking about it reminds me of how frustrating some days were. Now, given there are some opportunities where like a stock could be at like 26 bucks. I'm just using whole numbers. You have borrows in the morning, you get it all set and going, and you pay barely anything for borrows, and by the end of the day, you shorted that thing down to $3. That's an epic day. That's a huge gain. Don't get a lot of that daily in something like futures. Futures are much less stressful. It's always funny too when you talk to people who have never traded before, they get into props, they have no idea what they're missing on the other side of the fence in a bad way. Right? Like people are like, oh my gosh, I was on my top step eval and the platform froze. It's so frustrating. They reversed all my trades and they made it right, but by golly, I'm frustrated. Well, try this. Go trade on a real broker with $100,000. Have your trade get stuck because your order queue's all messed up. You can't close your position. At the end of the day, you're down $80,000 and your broker says, ha, nothing we can do about that. And then the people or prop firm traders are like, I had some trades on and Top Step reversed them and they made it right. And I'm just so frustrated. Stack says, Rivers, you're just a hater. AMC and GME shorts are going to get squeezed and we're going to go to the moon. Dude, I still just cannot believe that there are people on Twitter that actually believe that AMC was like, it's going to go to $1 million a share. We're all going to be millionaires. And they don't understand the function of how markets work, where it's like, okay, all of your shares are now worth $1 million. Who are you selling those shares to that are going to give you your $1 million paycheck, my friend? It's so funny. You lost 50K on AMC back in the day? Dude, there was days when I would trade AMC so heavy, I was scalping and my scalps, not to like big dog anybody. I was just saying like I had scalps that were like moving my P&L $50,000 per scalp or $100,000 per scalp. Like that was so liquid on some days where it's like you're firing it. Like I would change my buttons to be like $20,000 or 20,000 share clips, 50,000 share clips, 100,000 share clips. And you could just go bonkers. The coolest thing was it's just like your fills, I don't know, for me at least, the fills when you're doing that is just so fun. Like, grrr, like watching the fills, especially when you're getting filled on a profitable leg. It's like so much fun. The way like it just dumps from your shares into your P&L is just like the coolest thing ever. Yeah, it was a fun time to be. If you had experience before COVID hit, my God, you could have made a good bundle. The floor is 10,000. Bro, people were insane with AMC. Insane. Went long at 2, sold for 24. You missed some legs there, buddy. No, I'm kidding. That's a nice trade. It was extremely liquid. Like I'm saying, like there were times in AMC, like you could fire in 100,000 shares and like, it's like, it was crazy, dude. It was crazy. It was a lot. It was a lot of fun. Oh, Market Stalker D is here. Hello. I missed you. I was actually just talking. Somebody was like, do you know anybody who trades DAX? I was like, yeah, my friend D does, but we haven't chatted in a while. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. It's been a while since we've, chatted. I try to, whenever you post your pups on Instagram, I look at those and I'm like, oh, so cute. Love your doggo family. Miss you. Everybody say, what's up, D? Oh, D, you're not on Kick. See, that's the problem. Get on over to Kick. That's the place to be. Do I trade Forex? No. Oh, you're moving houses. Hopefully that's all going well. I know how stressful moving can be. Hopefully that's going well. Yeah, Kick is the place to be. The chat on Kick is awesome. Love it. Appreciate everybody today. I'm assuming that we're having a lot of folks from the Wealth Charts Summit that are here watching from the presentation we did yesterday, but great to see everybody in here. Sorry I haven't taken any trades. I'm probably going to wait until the market opens to take some trades here. Oh, there you go. First time here because I saw you Wealth Charts. Well, thanks for being here. By the way, if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. It's going to be an interesting day today because we're going to be trading the afterglow. We're at all-time highs in the NQ. S&Ps are pushing for all-time highs here. It's a wild time to be alive. Let's look at what's the... Yeah, we made new all-time highs on that print, but we haven't been back probing them again, whereas NQ, we're just keep on smacking into them. No idea what Wealth Charts is. Wealth Charts is a platform you can use independently of Apex, or if you use it with Apex, you get it for free. You get the Wealth Charts Apex edition for free. It's lovely. What was that about? The Wealth Chart Summit is a video on Kick? No. It was a conference that they held, and I was one of the speakers for the conference, and I just walked through 2 different live trades, and both the trades I took were winning trades. That's it. Fun day. I don't know if they have an archive of it. I'm sure that, I'm sure once it's a whole week-long summit. If you check your emails from Apex, they're going to give you a link to join. But it's a whole week-long summit. Yesterday was the kickoff of the summit. There's a lot of valuable speakers that are speaking during it. So if you have some free time during the day, check it out. D should be in here, someone to keep us in line during London session. I'd be happy to have D in MC anytime. D, if you ever want to be a permanent mainstay, there's a lot of folks in MC that would love to have you in there if you ever have any time to hang out in Discord. Do I not trade BTC futures or trade any altcoin futures? I do not. I have traded Bitcoin futures in the past. In fact, my largest futures trade profitability. My largest futures profiting trade was on Bitcoin futures, not micros, on mini Bitcoin. Expensive. But it was on, I think it was something like the fall of like 45,000 to like 35,000. It was like a 10,000 point move. And I was short 20 contracts of the mini Bitcoin futures, and I made a lot of money. What's the meaning of rips? There's rips in the market. My handle is selling rips, and you selling rips can mean two things. If the market is going up, market's ripping to the top side, you can sell those rips. Or if you're looking to stock a nice short, you can sell the rips at the top. Market's ripping, you sell those rips for a short. Two-pronged meaning. Yeah, let me just toss you an invite right here. Let me see. D. There you are. Coach Deanna. Invite to Market Clubhouse. There you go. If you come in there, I'll make you a mod. If you want to come hang out. Just sent you a message there on Discord, D. If you want to come on in. Cool. No pressure. Selling rips in my college days meant something else. What did it mean? What else could that mean? Selling rips? Like selling weed? Yeah, D from Top Step. She's a wonderful trader. I haven't been watching any streams for a while except for Alpine Trader. Decided to pop in rips and everyone was here. Awesome. Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate you. Oh, bong rips. Yeah, there you go. Bong rips. Alex RMNO. I do not trade Forex. I focus on the CME markets. NQ futures. CME is regulated. There's no weird spreads when you trade on props. A lot of Forex traders who have never discovered futures actually come over here and they like it. The NQ futures I'm trading are equivalent to the NAS 100. You can also trade the S&P 500, which is equivalent to the US 500, I believe it is on Forex. If you didn't know Rips is a huge pothead, that's not true. I don't do any drugs. I don't drink. Don't do anything anymore. I'm pretty boring in that sense. I used to be a party animal, but no more. I traded Forex for years, but now it's chopping and grinding most days. Also, you're at the mercy of your broker and the spreads that they provide you, and they can make those spreads quite awful. You see what I'm saying? All right, we are 15 minutes from the market opening here. Bowman is not going to talk about monetary policy. She just went live. She will not be talking about monetary policy, so that's a shame. I was hoping she would. It's too bad. More work is to be done on financial inclusion, according to Bowman. What are we going to do with that information? We get Michael Barr, who's going to be speaking today at noon. Well, 3/4 past noon, 12:45. 1:45, I should say, Eastern. We get Collins in the afternoon. And Mr. You know who it is. We get Barkin. at 1 p.m. He's not a voter anymore, though. Isn't Wealth Charts Motive Wave? No, it's its own platform. Trend and Caffey. I am on the opposite of Trend. Ribs is old school straight edge. I wasn't always that way. I partied a lot in my 20s. No, I'm not on anything. I might get on something eventually. I have yet to get my testosterone levels checked. I'm sure I will eventually, but everything's A-okay in that neighborhood. I don't know what you want to say. I have not taken any trades today, but we did take a trade right there last night during Globex in our AMP account. Right there, just a little quick one. We're up $2,200. Brings the balance up to 271. We're very close to that number that we're trying to achieve, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to talk about that number because every single time I think about it, I try to force it in a way. So there you have it. Don't even want to think about it. We do have Tradeify accounts, TPT accounts to trade today. Wealth Charts interview. I don't know if they have an archive of it, but it was live yesterday. AMP is the Percy Jackson, correct? Was that huge push last night just randomer news? It was the NVIDIA news talking about how they have made a chip that they can sell to China now that beats all of those restrictions. How old are you, Kevin G? I haven't had my levels tested, but they feel like they're great. I feel fine. What are you going to tell us? What new props you're going to use? So I have one new prop. I have one new prop that I can use right here. And it is 3 accounts that I'm using on it. They are what you call, they're straight to funded accounts. What are they called here? Instant. They're instant funded accounts. It's called Funding Ticks 0. Funding Ticks 0. I have 3 100K Funding Ticks 0 accounts. They're doing a promotion right now. That's 35% off. 35% off if you use code RIBS, but never used them before. I plan on using them live today. I've heard nothing but good things about them. I've heard really good things about them. RibsMod just dropped a promo there in chat. I think the feedback that I've received and the fact that they are being run by a company that has paid out hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars on their Forex side is one of the reasons why I'm interested in working with them. Now, I don't take partnerships lightly, as you know. I get offers every single day and week from firms that want to work with me. My name is all I have in this industry, so if I were to promote a firm that is no good, it would always come back to me and I would take full onus for that. That's why I promoted Top Step for such a long time, and I still say good things about Top Step because I think they're a fantastic firm. And what I can do on this channel is show you how I trade these firms in real time and if we have any issues with them. The reason why I no longer trade exclusively only on Top Step is because I want to see what other firms are out there and give you an honest, open, transparent reality of what these firms can bring to you. Now, if there's ever a problem with one of these firms, we will all see it in real time. And that's the reason why I'm expanding the number of firms that I work with. So right now, the firms that I can happily suggest that you try to use: Tradeify, Apex, MFU, TPT, and now Funding Ticks. So Funding Ticks, we are going to start trading this week. I haven't taken a single trade on them right now, but I have 3 100K straight to funded Funding Ticks 0 accounts. So let's see how it goes. I have three accounts, 3 100K accounts. That's the biggest accounts you can trade. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably try to trade these off the open, to be honest. I'm not really in the mood to trade the Percy today, but you know how that goes. I always say I'm not going to trade, and then I trade it. If you want to check out Funding Ticks for yourself, Ripsmod has dropped a link. It's also the pinned link in the chat there, in both Kick and in YouTube. Could I push my book map up like that? Hopefully that's helpful. We are at all-time highs again. Have I checked out the new rules with Tradeify? No. I don't know what they are. As long as the at-home morning testosterone indicator is up, there is no need to have your testosterone levels checked in a lab. What's the at-home? Oh, yes. Precisely. Funding Ticks, I'm trading on Tradeivate. You can also use NinjaTrader as well. So I chose to trade my accounts on Tradeivate because it's the platform that I'm comfortable with. TradingView, Tradeivate, and NinjaTrader are the supported platforms for Funding Ticks. So I have 7 trading days. My consistency score must be less than 25%, and I have $3,000 of end of day trailing drawdown. That is the accounts that I'm trading. 100K accounts. If Rips gets quiet, you know the trade is on the Percy J. Yeah, I mean, I do have my tells. That is true. I do have my tells. Kind of surprised we haven't seen any significant drops from all-time highs. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it goes. I think we ought to trade the open exclusively on Kick. How do we feel about that, YouTubers? Do you mind coming on over to Kick for the open here? We could trade it exclusively over on Kick. What do you think? How are we feeling about that? What do we think? Yeah? Should we do it? All right, Ripsmod, drop the link. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get on it over to Kick. Kick is, I mean, it's great. There's no commercials over there. It's very fast. Very quick. There it is. Ripsmod, drop the link. You go over there, very low latency stream, amazing chat, free to use. If it's banned in your country, you use a VPN. Wow, look at this thing going. All right, we are about 5 minutes to the open, everybody. I'll see y'all over on Kick. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube. I'll be back on YouTube tomorrow. We'll do a longer stream on YouTube, but today I really wanted to be on Kick. So I'll see you over on Kick, everybody. Thanks for tuning in here on YouTube. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.